All right, we got this new Oh Yes from Gurney. That's kind of neat. I've never seen them. I've never seen the live plant packaged like that, but it's hermetically sealed in Funkin' Wagnall's basement. But it looks really good. Let's get a knife. That's a nice little plant. It's glued down so it doesn't come apart. That's really nice. You know, I bought an old my, and it was not this nice. It was barely alive, and I mean, I understand that happens. That's no big deal. And they made it right. They sent me another one. But I mean, I'm not complaining. But I am kind of impressed with it's still moist, and again, it looks good. I'm gonna get him potted up. I'm not gonna set him right out in the hot sun yet. I'm gonna let him have a couple of days of rest. Let's pot him up since it's so fertile. I guess you can call it a he or a she, or maybe a not. I don't know. It's a they. Okay, let's kind of see. That's nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we'll spread him out a little, but good job. I'm impressed with them. I was, because they're not the cheapest plant that I've ever bought, and you know, it's easy to be apprehensive, I guess is the right term, and I was, but unfounded. It looks nice. It looks healthy. Okay. There's Oh Yes. I want to be fully transparent. A lot of times when people do gardening stuff, they only show you the good moves, the smart moves, and I'm not immune to doing stupid stuff. I showed you this Oh Yes, and how good it was and how wonderful, and I repotted it, and it got too much sun. I didn't take into account that you know, maybe it hadn't been out in the all day sun yet, especially after the trauma of being repotted. So here is you might can remember those leaves that were so perfectly green. They're not anymore. They're a little toasty, and I don't think it's hurt. That's not what I mean at all. But it would have done good if I had to put it in the shade for probably just a day or two or three, and let it get acclimated. So never say that we're not transparent. I screwed up, but we'll nurse it back to health. I want to show you how I'm gonna trim this little muscadine up. This is that Oh Yes seedless black muscadine, and I kind of waited. I didn't want to do all this major trimming when we first got it because it was really small and it was tender. I planted it up in a pot instead of planting it in the ground, and I've babied it and fertilized it, and I've got an explosion of growth. And I want to train this like I do all of them with a single trunk and then a T branch, one side to the other and one side to the other side. So here we got a wad, and I want to pick what's best out of this. So I don't know if you can get in here and look, but there's a lot going on in here, and we just want to get to one. So this one right here, automatically I see I probably don't want him. So let's cut him. Not so much, leaving that little collar. You don't want to cut it completely flush, but, and then we got to choose here. And you can see this little fella just exploded. Let's get this little, clean the whole bottom up. Okay. This looks, that's a tough call. They look really similar. So I don't really think it matters. Let's just look down in here and see the form, and maybe that'll help us pick which one to keep. And again, I think I'm going to take this part that branches. That looks more straight than that. So, and having said that, there's a million times I would have kept this. So it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's not as good. So let's pop him off. Now we got one main deal. And I want to cut some of these shoots because they just suck energy at this point. Leaving some leaves because it needs, sugar. But all these shoots, I'm going to just take and go up here and trim those off. Eventually you'll want to keep one because that's going to be your split. But in the meantime, we went from all that mess to this. And I know you look at it and go, my goodness, you trimmed that too much. But this will focus every bit of that energy into this one straight leader to the top of the wire. So there you go. All right, we got Oh Yes ready to go in the ground. And after you saw me butcher it with the trimmers and get him trimmed up, it's time to go. So we're gonna plant him, and we might follow up a little and show you how he comes along as far as growing. Okay, we got the Oh Yes in the blue tube and taping her there to the bamboo, so he's ready to go, ready to show us what he's going to do. I guess in the short run, kind of like a product review, I'm pretty impressed, or I'm satisfied with what I got. I spent a lot of money on that. That muscadine cost as much as maybe 6 regular muscadines, so there's a money issue to it. It's a novelty, and I get that. And in this sea of muscadines, I don't know, turn it around. So we're out literally in the muscadine patch, and there's 167 of them and one oh yes. So he's not going to have a great impact as far as production and all that, but it's kind of a novelty. It's kind of a thing to be able to, when folks say, well, the reason I don't like muscadines is because they got seeds, I can say, well, there's one that doesn't. So now, everybody can love muscadines. But in short, it's meanwhile in Broomtown, I've enjoyed doing it, and we'll catch up with this guy maybe in the fall and see if he's reached the wire. Thank you. See you later. Tune back in. Maybe we'll show you our newest deer control employee. Not Taylor's been on the job. There'll be a video pretty soon about it. Thanks. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you would, take a second to hit the subscribe button for us. It helps us a lot. I appreciate it.